When the Galactic Space Council convened inside the Crystal Hall, representatives from over 1,000 civilizations filled the grand chamber. Light shimmered across walls made of transparent alloys older than some stars. Voices of countless species rose and fell like a cosmic tide, debating the same question that had haunted them for decades: what to do about the humans. For years, Earth had been silent. No delegate had appeared at any summit. No probe had crossed their system without vanishing. The humans had stopped responding to all diplomatic transmissions after a brief age of communication centuries ago. Their last message had been calm and short: "We prefer solitude." After that, nothing. Many among the council assumed humanity had perished in isolation. Others believed they had turned inward, fighting themselves again. Some more cautious said that silence from Earth was not peace but warning. None could agree, and so the matter lingered unresolved. But now a sensor alert from the outer rim of the Orion Arm had changed everything. A fleet had emerged from nowhere. Hundreds of enormous vessels, each larger than a planetary moon, moving faster than light through regions previously declared impassable. No energy readings matched any known drive. Their cores were invisible to scans. They traveled as if space itself folded around them. The council demanded explanation. The chair being called the assembly to order. Its voice rang through the chamber, translated instantly into thousands of languages. The motion before us concerns the unidentified fleet approaching council space. Reports identify them as Terran origin. Let the observers speak. A hollow image appeared. A pale blue sphere floated in the air, the insignia of a scout vessel from the Lumar Union, the first to encounter the fleet. The captain's recorded message began to play. His voice trembled even through static interference. "We hailed them. They responded in our tongue. They said they came in peace. But their ships, they are not made of any known material. We detected gravitational distortions that exceeded theoretical limits. Our systems nearly collapsed. One of their vessels transmitted coordinates to this council and then vanished, folding away without warp trails. They call themselves the Guardians of the Dark Matter Fleet." A silence heavier than gravity filled the chamber. Dark matter. That term had always belonged to the realm of cosmological mystery. It shaped galaxies, yet no species had ever harnessed it. Every attempt to interact with it had ended in catastrophe. To claim mastery over it was like saying one could command the void itself. An elder of the Trium Collective floated forward in his gravity pod. "These claims are impossible. No sentient race can manipulate what cannot be touched." Yet the sensors did not lie. The fleet was real, moving directly toward council space. The debate turned fierce. Some demanded preemptive defense, fearing another empire rising. Others warned against provoking a power capable of bending gravity itself. None knew what humanity's intentions were. Hours passed until finally the chamber lights dimmed. A holographic signal, unannounced and unfiltered, materialized above the central dais. A human figure appeared, tall, calm, wrapped in a simple black uniform with no insignia. The council guards aimed their plasma lances but found their targeting systems frozen. The hologram spoke with measured clarity. "Representatives of the council, we come not for war but for balance. Your expansion into the Perseid expanse has destabilized gravitational fields surrounding several dark cores. These regions are not yours to mine. You are disturbing the fabric of what sustains your stars." The council murmured in disbelief. The message continued. Humanity withdrew to understand the foundation of reality. "We discovered the medium through which existence breathes. We now guard it. You may call it dark matter, though its true name cannot be pronounced." The hologram paused. "We request that all activity near the expanse cease immediately. This is not a threat. It is protection from yourselves." Before any response could form, the image vanished. Across the chamber, panic erupted. The council scrambled to determine whether the message had breached their secure network. No signal had entered or exited through any known frequency. It was as if the transmission had materialized from within the chamber itself. The following cycles were filled with chaos. Fleets were mobilized. Scientists analyzed the readings. They discovered distortions across several sectors, space bending unnaturally, as if hidden tides were shifting beneath visible reality. The pattern matched the direction of the Terran fleet, and then they arrived. No warning. No warp signature. The stars around Council Station dimmed as colossal shadows emerged. At first they looked like moving voids, darker than the vacuum itself. Then faint outlines appeared, structures that absorbed light entirely. Each vessel was geometrically perfect, every surface smooth as if carved from the absence of matter. They emitted no energy, no radiation, yet gravity bowed around them. The Council's defense armada scrambled to formation, thousands of ships aligned, weapons primed, but the dark vessels remained still, hovering just outside orbital range. A voice transmitted directly into every ship simultaneously, bypassing communication systems. "We come to speak, not to conquer." A single Terran warship moved forward. It dwarfed the largest dreadnought in Council history. As it approached, its surface shimmered faintly, revealing currents of silver light that looked like living equations. Observers stared in awe. From the warship, a beam of pale light extended toward the crystal hall. It formed a bridge of pure gravity, stable and silent. Down that bridge, 3 human figures walked. Their steps bent the light around them. Even in the vacuum, their forms were visible without suits. Inside the chamber, the Council watched as the humans entered. They were unarmed. The leading figure spoke. "We did not come to rule. We came to remind," the chair being demanded explanation. "Remind us of what?" The human raised a hand. A sphere of darkness appeared, floating above the floor. Within it, stars flickered faintly like trapped galaxies. "This is the essence you call dark matter. It holds the structure of space. For eons, it has been ignored, manipulated, and wounded by reckless energy extraction. You have torn rifts across the unseen skeleton of creation. We repaired what we could. Now you will stop," a counselor protested. "You have no authority over the galaxy. By what right do you dictate our actions?" The human's eyes turned like collapsing stars. "By the right of survival. If the structure breaks, your sons will fall. Your ships will drift into eternal night. We speak for the equilibrium of existence." The chamber grew cold. Instruments failed. Even time seemed slower. The second human stepped forward. "You think we vanished because we feared you. We did not. We retreated because your wars poisoned the medium we studied. While you fought for territory, we built vessels beyond mass, beyond energy. Our warships do not travel through space, they move through the foundation beneath it. That is why you cannot detect us until we choose to appear." The Council's security forces trembled. None dared raise a weapon. The third human, smaller and quieter, spoke next. "We have seen galaxies die from ignorance. We will not let this one follow." The chair being finally gathered courage. "If we comply, what becomes of us? You will live. You will continue to trade, to grow, but not to exploit what you do not understand." One elder, trembling with defiance, hissed, "And if we refuse?" The human looked toward the void beyond the glass wall. "Then your sons will answer for you." Outside, the fleet stirred, space itself rippled. Every star within 10 light-years dimmed simultaneously. Gravity waves swept through the system like the pulse of a sleeping god. Council sensors recorded impossible readings. Negative mass fluctuations, reversed entropy signatures. Entire moons shifted in their orbits. The demonstration lasted only seconds, but when it ended, silence reigned. The human spoke again. "We are not your enemy. But understand this. Your science touches shadows you cannot command. We have seen what happens when arrogance pierces the dark." With that, they turned. The bridge of gravity dissolved, and the 3 returned to their vessel. Moments later, the entire Terran fleet folded into nothing. No warp, no trace. Just silence, heavier than before. The Council sat paralyzed. None spoke for a long time. Eventually, one representative whispered, "They command the unseen." Across the galaxy, word spread faster than light. Rumors, recordings, and interpretations flowed through networks and whispers. Some called humanity divine, others called them monsters. Many simply called them guardians. In the following months, Council fleets withdrew from the Perseid expanse. Mining operations near dark cores were abandoned. The galaxy entered an uneasy peace born not of treaties but of fear. Yet the humans did not vanish entirely. Occasionally, a dark shimmer appeared near unstable regions. Stations reported brief gravitational anomalies before balance returned. Always a faint message followed. Stability restored. The scientific community across the stars shifted its focus. The study of dark matter, once forbidden and mysterious, became the center of every research effort. But none could replicate the technology the humans used. Every attempt ended in failure, sometimes disaster. Ships vanished when attempting to copy the folding drives. Laboratories collapsed into singularities. The Council eventually issued a decree. The manipulation of the unseen medium is prohibited. The guardians of Sol have spoken. Generations passed. The legend of the dark matter fleet grew. Child,